At their country club, my adoptive mother introduced me to her tennis friends. This is our rescue. We got her when she was 6. Completely feral, but look at her now. The women cooed. One actually petted my head. I thought it would stop when I got older, when I was valedictorian, when I got into Yale, when I became a doctor. But no, every introduction, every gathering, every fucking charity gala where they needed to prove their philanthropy. Our rescue. Like I was a 3-legged pit bull they'd rehabilitated. My adoptive father perfected this routine where he'd tell the story of picking me up from foster care. She was hiding under the bed, he'd say, wine swirling in his glass. Wouldn't come out for hours. Now look, Harvard Medical School. Amazing what proper training can do. Training. Like I was a show dog who'd learned to heal. At my college graduation, the dean was making rounds at the reception. My parents intercepted him. We're the Hamiltons. This is our rescue. We adopted her from the system. The dean, this brilliant man who just handed me my summa cum laude degree, looked at me with pity. How wonderful that you've overcome so much. I wanted to scream, I haven't overcome being orphaned. I've overcome being treated like a rehabilitation project by the people who were supposed to be my parents. When I was 25, I brought my boyfriend James to Thanksgiving. Wealthy family, good schools, the kind of guy my parents should have loved. My mother introduced me to his parents. This is our rescue. We saved her when she was 6. James's mother responded perfectly. Oh, I didn't know you did animal fostering. My mother's face froze. She's our daughter. Really? The way you said rescue? I thought you meant a dog. We broke up 3 months later. James said he couldn't handle how my family treated me. They show you off like you're a trophy, not a person. The breaking point was their 25th anniversary party. 300 guests, country club ballroom, ice sculptures. They'd asked me to give a speech. 25 years of marriage is an achievement, I began. And I want to thank the Hamiltons for everything they've done for me. They beamed. Camera phones came out. When they got me at 6, I was basically feral. I didn't know how to use silverware. I bit people when I was scared. I hid food under my bed because I didn't trust that meals would keep coming. Nervous laughter from the crowd. But they trained me well. I learned to stop peeing on the carpet. I learned to come when called. I even learned to do tricks, like getting into Yale and becoming a surgeon. The laughter stopped. And most importantly, I learned that no matter how many degrees I earned or lives I saved, I'd always be their rescue, not their daughter, their rescue. Like a dog they found at the pound and taught to shake hands. My mother stood up. Sweetie, that's not. Sit, I commanded. She sat. The room gasped. Good girl, I said. See, we rescues can learn to give commands too. I looked directly at the camera phones, still recording. For 20 years, I've been introduced as a charity case, a project, proof of their generosity. Never once have they introduced me as their daughter without qualifying it, without making sure everyone knew I was broken goods they'd fixed. My father tried to stand. I held up my hand. I'm not done. You want to know what being constantly called a rescue does to a kid? It tells them they're not really family. They're a debt that can never be repaid. They're a story you tell at parties to make yourself look good. My adoptive mother was crying now. Real tears, not the performative ones she used when telling my rescue story. I succeeded despite being treated like a charity case, not because of it. I continued. And since the Hamiltons love talking about rescue so much, here's my gift to them. I'm rescuing myself from them. This is the last family event I'll attend. The last time they got to parade me around. I set down the microphone and walked toward the exit. As I passed their table, my adoptive father grabbed my wrist. We loved you, he whispered. We gave you everything. You gave me everything but dignity, I replied, pulling free. And that's the one thing I needed most. My adoptive parents tried to do damage control. They posted a long Facebook message about how they'd always loved me as their own and were heartbroken by the misunderstanding. I responded with one comment. If you loved me as your own, why did you never call me your own? They deleted their post. I haven't spoken to them in 2 years. Sometimes mutual friends tell me they ask about me, wonder how I'm doing, and claim they don't understand what went wrong. Last month, one of their country club friends reached out, said they'd been at a charity auction where my adoptive mother was bidding on a painting. Someone asked if she had kids. No, she replied. We never had children. Finally, after 22 years, she told the truth, because I was never their child.